the Supreme Court has extended the deadline for the publication of the National Register of Citizens till the 31st of August on the plea of the NRC coordinator. Authorities had asked for an extension on several grounds, including the floods in Assam. The centre and the state had asked for the re-verification of at least 10 to 20% of the people who made it to the draft NRC list in districts that border Bangladesh. Now, the Attorney General had argued that the re-verification in border areas was needed as there are possibilities of some people having been wrongly included. The top court has said it is not inclined to order re-verification of the draft NRC data. Ratnadeep joining us at this point. Ratnadeep, what more do we know?
Ankita, this is a very significant order that the Supreme Court has passed today. It has turned down centre and state government's plea for the re-verification of 20% of the names which are already there in the draft list. Now, they wanted a re-verification particularly in the areas which are closer to the border with Bangladesh, claiming that while the state data shows that there are 12.7% of illegal migrants, but only 7% of them have been found out in NRC. So the state and the centre had, in its previous petition in the previous hearing, has raised questions on whether the NRC is a foolproof NRC, whether the NRC it has doubted that there are wrongful inclusion. But today the Supreme Court decided to go with the with the petition submitted with the submission of the state coordinator of NRC, who claimed that already in the re-verification for the claims and objections which have been done in last 2 months, 27% of the people who had made it to the the final draft, their re-verification has been done. So and no discrepancies have been found. In that way, the Supreme Court going forward. So in this way, the Supreme Court actually making way for the final NRC, although it has the deadline has been extended for a month. So this gives a bit of more time for the NRC authorities to perhaps continue with the hearings. Remember, due to floods, we have also reported that several people could not attend crucial final hearing, particularly for the objections which were raised to their inclusion. So those can be completed. Also, the important quality check which has to be done at the back end for the data, the final data, that will be done now. The NRC authorities get more time to do that. So this, in a way, the Supreme Court has narrowed down the process and extended time so that NRC authorities can, complete their work in time now. And the new deadline is 31st August. But definitely a setback for the centre and the state.
Okay, Ratnadeep, thanks very much indeed for joining us with that update.